Hey, my name's Amanda. Welcome to my channel. Like during this quarantine, I've been doing a lot of self-portraits because I really like to paint from life, but being in quarantine at home, there's not a whole lot to look at. So I just set up a mirror and a light, just go to town. I've done like 3 self-portraits over the last couple days, and it got me thinking because I also really want to do what is happening here? So then I was thinking like, okay, I really want to shoot a makeup video too. Excuse me. Coronavirus! Okay, there's enough makeup tutorials out there. Everything that I've learned about makeup has been from YouTube already, so I don't really have like new things to share with the YouTube community. Most of what I learned is just from other YouTubers. Cut to the chase. Today, I am going to turn myself into a painting. Today, I'm going to paint myself like I am actually painting a portrait of myself, but on my own skin. So you might have noticed I have the light over to the left. Lighting is going to be really important if you're going to do this at home, because not only is the temperature of the light going to give you the colors on your skin. Let me show you for example, so you'll see how the colors in my skin are changing. So that's like a cool greenish bluish tone. That's like a, like a neutral, kind of on the cool side. This is on the warm side. Cool, neutral, warm. I'm gonna go with warm because it's gonna give me the more vibrant colors, and what I'm gonna do is search for a color within my skin but kind of hype it up and make it a little more chromatic and like maybe less like a real skin color, but I'm going to derive the basic color from my skin, bring that out with this face paint from Amazon. This is 12 Flash Color Palette. It's kind of like a grease paint. And I have here a little sheet of wax paper that I'm going to use to like blend on. I have a couple of big brushes right here that are actually like what I use to paint with, but I'm going to use them today to paint my face. And I'm also probably going to use a couple eyeshadow brushes. Go with a round brush, and the reason why is because what you're painting is a round surface. You want to make a round shape like most faces. Like, yes, some people have like really angular noses or brow bones. I don't though, so I just want to get that round shape, so I'm going to use a round brush. It's quarantine, so I'm not going anywhere looking like this. I don't need this look to last all day. If I did, I would probably do a primer, like a tacky primer, but I don't need it to last that long. So instead I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of this, this is Nicole Miller New York, like a primer setting spray. Just going to spray the skin with that. So I'm going to go in, I have this Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil, and I'm going to put some on my skin to start, so that I can get kind of like a matte surface to start working on. And it's going to kind of absorb the oils that are already on my skin, so this doesn't turn into like an oily mess with this, like, I'm calling it grease paint. I don't really think that's what it is, but it's like, it feels like an oily paint. I also have a towel here, like just a little, it's my little makeup rag. I do wash this frequently. It doesn't look like it, but whatever. Believe me. Anyway, you don't have to believe me. Fine, I don't care. Okay, if anybody has any basic knowledge about the color wheel, there are complementary colors that when next to each other make each other pop. When you mix them, they turn to brown. So just keep your brushes really clean, especially when going from color to color. Mix up one color and then block in all your areas that are that color. Clean your brush, go back, do the next color, kind of like a paint by numbers. The reason why I was talking about lighting earlier is because if I was just in your typical filming situation with the light straight on in front of me, there wouldn't be a lot of shadow on my face. My face would be in full light, which would give me some things to do to play around in color, but it wouldn't really give me like a good shadow from which to like derive structure to the face, if that makes sense. So like you see this shadow all on this side, like I'm gonna paint this so it looks like my face is in shadow over here. and it's gonna give me more depth and it's gonna make it look a little interesting. So when trying to decide what color I'm gonna do first here, I'm gonna take my biggest brush, this big round guy, and I am going to dip into, I'm gonna figure out what my lightest color is gonna be, and I'm gonna go on the highest points of my face and the faces that are in highlight. This is a warmer light, so a lot of the highlights of my face are going to be like pink and yellow. So I'm taking this yellow color first, scooping some up with my brush, and then putting it on my palette. For a palette today, I'm just using a piece of palette paper, which is basically just wax paper. And I'm dipping into the color in my palette and dabbing it on there. Actually, hold on, I want to get a palette knife. So this is a palette knife. Never thought I'd be using this for makeup. So I'm just scooping out this yellow. And I'm going to wipe off my palette knife, and then I'm going to go into this white paint, and then I'm going to mix them together. Doing these little scrapey motions back and forth. And then I'm going to take my big brush, and I'm going to just find those places on my face that are the brightest. I don't need a lot of layers here. Like, I kind of want to be really decisive about where I put this paint, because this stuff doesn't really dry down, because whatever paint I put down, like if I change my mind about where I want a certain color, it's going to blend with the paint underneath it and just look not that great. Like, blending is cool when it's intentional. When it's not, you just get a muddy mess. I'm just using my skin to inform me where I want to go with this. Like, yeah, I don't see this bright yellow in my skin, but it's a stretch, yeah, but that's about being creative. Like, creatively try and find what color you could be. You might be asking yourself, where would I wear this look? Well, if it wasn't too hot out, you could wear it to like a festival. You could wear it for Halloween. You could stand in front of a painting like this and just kind of blend in. So now that I've kind of found the areas that I want to be this bright yellow color, I'm gonna go in with like this orangey peachy tone. Get my palette knife cleaned off, like wipe it onto the palette so I don't waste paint. Then wipe it off with a towel, and then dip into that peachy color. And I'm gonna mix it with what I already have down, the yellow and white that I already have down. Mixing up this peachy color, I'm thinking to myself, maybe it needs like a little more white in there. I'm mixing in, same brush, just because it had the yellow on it, so I'm just kind of mixing away that yellow into this peachy color. And then I'm going to find all the areas of my face that I want to be this color. It's like about knowing like what parts of the face are moving in what direction. So you see here, this part is kind of moving back, but it's still in full light. But because it's moving back, I'm going to put this peachy color here. Wow, this is really close to like my actual skin tone. The good thing about doing light colors first is that you can always like mix in some darker tones if need be later on. But it's kind of hard to lighten up a dark color once you've got that down. The same concept you would apply to doing your eyeshadow, like starting with kind of the lighter tones. Take the color that I have down on the palette, this peachy color, but I'm gonna mix just a little bit of light blue in there. Does anybody else have TikTok? Like, my mind is constantly just like playing songs from TikTok. Like, that's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. I don't even have a baby daddy, but I'm just singing that. Like, it's so catchy. Anyway, I love TikTok. It's fun. Okay, so that's giving me kind of like a gray color, which is not exactly what I want. I want more of like a green or a blue, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of yellow into the light blue and the peach. And that's giving me too much yellow, so I'm gonna go back with a little bit more light blue. And And then I'm going to finish it off with some white. And this is, once again, the benefit of going from lighter to darker colors, because you can just kind of, you don't really have to clean your brush as much. Okay, so I'm seeing this cool tone starting kind of here, going here, going on my jawline there. It's a little bit right here too. A little bit right here. See that? I'm gonna let this vibe out in some water. I'm gonna take my smaller but also round, and while the brush is clean and dry, I'm just gonna use it to push together the colors I already have down. You don't really have to worry about drying time with this. It's almost like working with oil paints. Going to the edge of where each color meets the next color, lightly going over that. And in between like each stroke that I do, I'm cleaning off the brush on my towel. I'm going to take this same brush, it's wiped off, it's clean, and I'm going to take my clean palette knife, dip into this red color, and I'm just going to go into the places where I find more warmth. And this is starting to get hard because my skin is covered up, but I'm still going to be having like the form of my face like be shown in light. Like right where the nose meets the face, there's like a reddish part there. I kind of have this like redness that comes in here. Now I'm going to clean out that brush with some water, which doesn't work very well for this oily paint. And I'm going to blend in a little bit of that red. And I'm going to go into the color that I already had on the palette. That's like the peachy color, this color, and just kind of blend out the edges of this red on my chest because it's looking a little extreme. And I will give you like a cheat. The eyes typically have like some area of warm shadow on either side of the eye. Even if it's hard to see, it just really gives a little bit of depth to the eye when you add this warmth into the shadow there. See, that was too much red right there. I'm going to take that brush that was sitting in water, clean it off. I'm going to dip straight into the yellow and just go back over that a little. I feel like a damn Picasso. Look at me. I don't really want to ignore the lips, so I'm going to take a little red onto the lips there, on the bottom lip at least. We'll probably make the top lip a more purple color. So this palette doesn't have a purple in it, which is a bummer, but I'm gonna, you just take red and blue. Red is really more like a, kind of like a brick, like it's a very primary red, so I'm gonna take the pink and blue together. It's really satisfying to scoop this face paint up with the spatula. So we're gonna start getting into the shadows. In the shallows. I'm looking at this, it needs like a little more pink. You can see that's really purple. I'm just gonna go like this. So this is my palette so far. Okay, that's better. It's looking a little warmer. And we're gonna be really careful about like the temperature of colors on each side of the face. Like, do you see how this is mostly warm, a little cool, reflected? Purple is pink and blue in this case. It has a warm and a cool color in it that make up purple. So I'm just going to make sure it has more of the warm color, the pink color. Because I need a smaller brush. Okay, this is good. This is like a round, like kind of fluffy brush. Dipping into my purple and just going where I see shadow on the left side of the face. I'm also going to use this purple to describe the top lip. When you're painting lips from life, like you'll notice that the top lip is always a little darker than the bottom lip, but I'm just like really gonna play that up. Just make them like two totally different colors. My cat is snoring right now. I can hear him. It's adorable. I said we were focusing to the left side of the face, but I'm focusing to where the shadow is pretty light. Gonna amp up that cleave. Like I said, you don't have to worry about this paint drying like ever, which is annoying, but not annoying when you need to blend it still. So take your time. Mixing that in with the purple, just to get a cooler purple. My kitty's come to visit me. You wanna say hi to the camera, honey? This is my Chonkalonk. He's very grumpy most of the time. Okay, now I'm coming over to that other side of the face. Do you see how that's just like giving me this this pop of structure on the face, with this being slightly different purple than the purple over here? And I can't stress enough like how important lighting is for this. Because without a direct light source, you're gonna be struggling to give things that that pop that you want, or that I want. Right now I'm finding some patches that should probably be a lighter purple. So I'm gonna take this pink, like a lot of the pink, and mix it into the purple. And I'm also gonna take some yellow too, because I don't want it to be as like chromatic as this purple. So if you mix in yellow, which is the complement of purple, it's gonna dull it out a little bit. It's also gonna give us like a lighter color a little bit too. If you want like that, kind of like a mauve. I take my same brush, I'm just gonna kind of coat it in that new purple that we have, that mauve. Come in where I see fit. See it? Kind of following the bones, getting those delineated. So on the very edge of the face, there's typically what we call a reflected light. I'm going to choose to depict this light because you have, it typically goes light, shadow, reflected light, in most cases. And so I'm going to take, I want this blue because I really want something like pop. A tiny bit of purple. I'm going to mix a little yellow into it too. Why not? Just a little. So that I get this color here. I'm going to clean that brush off. Just trying to wipe it off really well with this towel. But like I said, the water doesn't work great to like get the face paint off of here, but whatever. Get that reflected light, baby. Alright, this hairline thing is driving me insane, so I'm gonna wipe off my brush really well, and then I'm gonna attempt to just buff this out. I'm just doing little dabbing motions. Just smudge it out. I'm noticing there's actually a little bit of this blue color right here too. Like, it's not there, but you know what I mean? Like, it could be in some strange world. In some alternate universe. You know, I don't think there's any hope for getting these brushes clean after they've already been in the makeup, so let's just get another brush. I'm gonna get this like kind of flat, round brush. Pick up this yellow. I'm gonna carve out because I forgot to do the collarbone. Like, I want that to be yellow for sure. I feel as though the eyes definitely need some more dimension, so I wiped off this brush really well, and I'm just gonna like blend in this purple because I didn't want it to be that dark anyway, so let's just kind of blend that in. That's better. And then we're gonna blend in this part a little bit too. I'll take some of this red. See that? Yeah, that red spot there. Mix up an orange real quick, like a peachy, dip into this peachy color, because I'm seeing right here I missed a spot, and that's going to be peach. And that's going to be peach. And right here is going to be peach too. And I like that it's brush strokey and not too blended. I am going to go in and blend some areas out a little bit, but kind of liking that it's looser. I'll take some red because there is some red in the top lip. Do you guys like my sheet? I knew you did. I did something kind of silly, like right before this whole quarantine thing happened. I decided to get a lip filler. It was like 2 days before we're like on lockdown. So I'm literally just like walking around the house like for no one. For my boyfriend and my cat. I know they appreciate it. But yeah, stupid idea. Especially now that I'm out of work. It cost me like $200. I feel so dumb. At least you guys get to see. But I feel like they've already gone down and it's only been, I think it's been 2 weeks and they don't feel that big. I mean, they already had a little oomph to begin with, so I just don't know if I'll be doing that again. And the whole look of this, first of all, is supposed to be like kind of free and like fun. So you really can't achieve that unless you're willing to like get a little messy, have a good time with it. I had a teacher in college that would just walk around the room behind every person while we were drawing, like from the live model, from like the nude model, and he would just walk up, like we're in a circle, you know, all drawing from the model, walk up behind each person individually and just be like, let yourself go. Go to the next person, hey, let yourself go. I'm telling you right now, let yourself go. Alright, so we got this brown here. If this was her tube paint, she would be a burnt sienna. Just so you know, if you're at the store looking for this color paint. And we just gonna give her a brow, sweetie. This might be the easiest brow I've ever done. Just slap her on there. Oh, another thing that I did was I shaved off the ends of my brows, just like draw my eyebrows on like as high as I can want. And yeah, it's kind of just been a journey. It's been fun. Like, it's fun to do that fierce like doo brow, but at the same time, like, you really have to keep up with that and like really have to put brows on every day. And then if you even just like bump your face, like the brow comes off. It's stressful. I don't like it, so I'm letting them grow back, and they're growing back like thicker than ever right here, which is cool because I've been like shaving it with this little electric shaver. And they're growing back like honey, like she's thick. So, do you see how this part of the face is like lighter? So I'm gonna take a little bit of my yellow paint and mix it in with the brown and just do the tail in like a slightly lighter brown. And you see how this is lighter here? I'm just gonna lighten up the front of that one. And then I'm going to go into this blue, mix that with the brown so I can get a darker brown. And do the tail over here with that. So that it goes like light, dark, dark. I'm going to go with my yellowy white mixture. I'm going to mix that up. Kind of reestablish some spots here that have gotten a little muddy. Definitely a wise. Ooh. Oh. 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 Get that white collarbone. The white part of my neck. Light part of my shoulder here, and then there's definitely lightness on this titty. You know, and there's a highlight on the lip. Let's get that. And here. And here. I'm gonna mix up, you know, I'm gonna use this purple here. Just get this area. I don't think I'm gonna fully like fill in the chest as much. I'm just gonna keep it kind of strokey. But what is it? That Ludacris song? Backstroke, left stroke, stroke of a genius. Oh, I see kind of a red, like a purpley. See that? Under the chin. I could literally do this all day and just keep finding like little areas of color or whatever that I want to express. However, I would just want this to feel really fresh and like really simple, really expressive and free-spirited. So I'm not going to spend all day on it because then otherwise it's going to look overworked, poopy. So to keep it fresh, I am going to go in with some green because I don't really have any green down yet. So you see how this is like a cooler, yeah, kind of right here too. In our world, there are no mistakes. Isn't that Bob Ross who said that? It's like there's no mistakes here. The only mistake that you can make in doing this is to do the whole thing and have no fun. Uh-oh, I have an itch. I don't want to mess it up. Oh, it itches so bad. Okay. I feel there's a little green there. And I feel like there's some green here. There could be. So I'm going to take some white. Not that much. Okay, just a little. And mix it with this purple. And I'm going to mix in some green too because I want it to be kind of a neutral. Go right here. Wiping off the brush in between each little blend. I cannot stress that enough. But I could like totally do more with the chest, but I just don't think I'm going to. Alright, I think that the lip could use like just a little bit of cleaning up, so I'm gonna take that purple. Remember I was like, I'm gonna fix that. There we go. Excuse me. I think I just need like one more round of white and yellow on my boobies to get them popping. See how the longer you work, the more dull your colors will inevitably get? So I don't know if it's just that things start to mix together, or it might have something to do with, honestly, the initial impression of things is often brighter than the impression we get over time. I could do the ears, but I think I'm just gonna do like the top of the ear here. And the other side is more like a dark purple. Just a little touch on the ears, just so they don't feel left out. And once you get to this point, do whatever you need to do, boo. I just feel like this is getting uglier the more that I touch it, so I'm not gonna do much else. I'm gonna put my lashes on. These lashes are Eyler. I don't know what they're called, but they're by Eyler. I really like their lashes, like for the price point. I think these were $12. They're pretty. I'm kind of feeling like we need like a little bit of red in the waterline too, so we're gonna do that as well. Do the hokey pokey, shake it all around. Get that lift on the ends there. I'm gonna take my mascara, just use it to kind of blend together my lashes with my falsies. And then I'm gonna hit the lower lashes. I'm gonna hit them. Like, wouldn't it be fun if makeup was like just whatever you want? Like, we didn't feel this need, like, okay, put your blush here and put your doo-doo. Sometimes it's just fun to just break the rules, you know? Alright, so this is like this pinky purple lip liner. Just gonna put it here because I feel like that's the color that my waterline is naturally. Like, this is just like a pumped up version of that. Oh, you know what I might do? I'm gonna use this Marc Jacobs like light blue because I don't have a white right now. This is the closest thing to like a white liner that I have. I don't have a nude either, which I would maybe use as well, but put my finishing touches on. And there you have it. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being yourself. Why don't you just go and just paint your face? Like, just do it. You're in quarantine. No one's gonna see you. It's all good. Your neighbors, like, when you go to take the trash out, might be like, but, you know, at least you're not coughing, right? Hopefully not. Just stay healthy. Stay inside as much as possible. Like, I know you want to go to the park, you want to do this. I went to the park yesterday thinking, like, okay, I'm just gonna go out. There were so many people, it was terrifying. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the Rona. It's in the air. There's hundreds of people, like, they need to do something about that. But anyway, thank you again for watching. Be yourself, be creative. See you next time.